Solomon was only 12 years old when he was anointed as the successor to his great father David. Young though he was, only one thing mattered to him above all others. God appeared to him in a prophetic dream and said, "Request what I should give you." It was the young lad's great opportunity. Anything could have been his for the asking, and there was much that he needed. The young king took full advantage of the divinely offered boon. He asked for the most precious thing in the world, the most important to him. All he wanted was the ability to judge God's people according to his Torah. So he ignored all his other needs and asked only for wisdom. Would you have done the same if you were Solomon? And where did Solomon get this wisdom? To ask for wisdom. Join the scholars of Kingdom of Kings as we try to tap into the knowledge and the wisdom of this 12-year-old king before he was given divine wisdom. In Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, "Ask what I shall give you." This took place in a dream. If God should ask me right now what I want, I may not know what to say on the spot that is sensible. This is even when I am fully awake. This is a very difficult question if you take time to think about it. The creator of the universe is asking you what you want. And when this question was presented to Solomon in a dream, Solomon is able to give a fascinating speech because verses 10 tells us, "And the speech pleased the Lord." This is a very well thought of speech. He gets his prayer answered on the spot, so a serious reader and a serious student will pause and take time to analyze the happenings here to find out the secret to answered prayer. Number 1, prayer of petition is not a spontaneous act. It has to be very well thought of, meditated upon, before one arranges his words on his lips to speak it. And this is what Solomon does. Let me share why I say this was a very well thought of prayer. 3 things was on Solomon's mind. 1, he knew that his half-brother Adonijah aspired to the throne and had tried to seize it. Number 2, his unexperienced reign had no guarantee of the prosperity that is important to the success of a leader. Number 3, Israel was not secure from its surrounding enemies. These were 3 pressing issues that Solomon had, but he did not ask for any of these. God himself acknowledges these 3 pressing issues in his response to Solomon. Look at verses 11. "And God said to him, because you have asked this thing, and have not asked for yourself long life, because your brother Adonijah aspired the throne and he might kill you for it. Neither have you asked riches for yourself. Like I said, his unexperienced reign had no guarantee of the prosperity that is important to the success of a leader, especially a king. Nor have you asked the life of your enemies. Israel was not secure from its surrounding enemies." So these were 3 pressing issues. And yet, when this young king was presented with a blank check, he did not ask for any of these 3. Rather, what did he say? Verses 6. "And Solomon said, you have done your servant David my father great kindness, as he walked before you in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with you. And you have kept for him this great kindness, that you have given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. Solomon, in his prayer, is focusing not on himself. The focus of the prayer is his father David. God said, "Ask what I shall give you." And he gives a speech, and the speech is focused on his father David. Why?